Hey guys, this is actually a precursor video to the actual video because I want to give some context. So what I'm going to be playing after this is kind of like a vlog slash untraditional bird bite. A couple days ago I sat down and I filmed a video of me just kind of very candidly talking about transference and how that relates to me personally, because I was just, I explained in the video, but some emotions had kind of come to the forefront, and I decided to like sit down and talk about it. And in that video I cry, which you can hear, which there is a vlog where I do kind of cry, but this was like a lot worse, and I just like didn't want the imagery on the internet, but the content itself felt really important. With these videos specifically, there's been things that I've been sharing, like different writing excerpts or the poems or any of the bird bites that are like self-contained, and I'm not really sure what their functionality is yet. They just feel important. And that video was something that felt really, really important to share, because transference is something that I've dealt with a lot. And it's something that I see like referenced from time to time, but it's never really something that like, there's not a ton of media out there that kind of like covers how it relates to people, and like, for example, for like in the context of like people who deal with recovered memories of childhood abuse, they'll tend to project like onto a child in their life that they have a close relationship, whether it's their own child, whether it's a neighbor or a younger sibling or a niece or nephew. Yeah, so that is something that's really common, but again, it's not something I've really seen talked about, because whenever you Google transference, it just comes up as like the whole like patient and therapist example. And yeah, I just feel like that's not very representative of what a lot of people really deal with. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. And again, I don't know, like, I feel like down the line it's gonna be important. I don't really know like what purpose it does right now, but I just want to share it. So yeah, sorry for rambling. It's just a bunch of pictures that I took at the beach with some photos of me as a child. And but yeah, sorry. Okay. I feel like with the majority of vlogs that I film, I'm not gonna end up posting this. Also, I look really gross because I was at the beach, and now I'm tanner and my face is like all shiny, and also I was just crying, which is why I sat down to make this. But funny side story, the thing that like kind of pulled me out of crying was like trying to set up the camera and being like, whoa, you look really bad, and that made me laugh. But yeah, no, I wanted to just, okay, so I was actually in the middle of making a TikTok, which has nothing to do with this, but I was looking for pictures that I'd taken in the summer, just over the years, and I stumbled upon one of my niece, and yeah, that's when I started crying, because transference is a huge bitch and nobody talks about it, because every time I Google transference, it comes up like as it relates to patients and therapists, and that's not where I've experienced it at all. I've experienced it so heavily with my nieces. Yeah, it makes me cry. I don't know why when I talk about my nieces. Yeah, I project a lot onto my niece, especially, well, I think both of them, all of them, have like so many that I'm losing count, but especially my oldest niece, Evelyn, who I have a special bond with, because, I don't know, just like being the first niece, and yeah, when everything like happened in 2020, she was like a toddler, and I think that's why, and I've said this before, I think that's why like I remembered, like it came to the forefront then. It was like a lot of things that just happened at the same time, and kind of like literally the definition of like a perfect storm. But yeah, and we went to the beach this past week, had a vacation, which was nice because I like started at my new job 2 weeks before graduation, and then I didn't get a break till just this past week, so it was really nice to like have some time off. But yeah, and sometimes they can be my like sister's family can be like a lot to be around, and I love them so much, but it's just like stressful. And like when you're like, obviously when you're like an adult around kids in your family, like you also kind of take on this role of like parenting a little bit, because everyone's just trying to help out, because 4 kids is a lot. But yeah, and then when they left yesterday, because they left early, I was like, I don't know, I just got like so sad. And well, actually I don't even know if sad is like the right word, because when I was younger I was a really like sensitive kid, and I would just get like overwhelmed by things. And again, I don't know if it's sadness, but I would start crying like to certain songs, or like even if I saw like people out in public, like for example, if I saw someone with like a full leg cast, I would cry because I like felt bad for them. Yeah, I don't know, but like with my nieces, and they have like a really like great happy life, and they're so blessed, and there's so many people like around them that love them. But yeah, I don't know what it is. I guess I just like feel like whatever happened to me like didn't happen to me. I feel like it happened to my nieces, or it's like gonna happen to them. And yeah, it's just like weird that there's like such a disconnect there. I guess it all ties back to like dealing with denial. And yeah, it's weird how you can like consciously know something. Like obviously, like I'm not like dealing with the ramifications of something that happened to someone else, but that's what, like, I don't know, I'm like somewhat convinced that that's what's going on, because I just like look at pictures or videos of myself as a kid, and I just feel completely indifferent towards that child. Like I just don't, like I don't know, like I don't feel like it's something that happened to me. Like I feel like it's something that happened to someone that I love. Yeah, and I think that's been like, I think that's one of the reasons that I don't remember too, is just like, I don't know, I guess my brain like literally can't comprehend it. Yeah, and two, it's easier to, not, I mean, it's horrible to say, but like it's easier to have it happen to like someone else, because like your body's main goal is like, or your brain, I guess, which is part of your body, it's like main goal is like to survive. So it makes sense that it would put that like trauma / memory onto someone else, because then, you know, like your brain is like looking out for number one, basically, even if like cognitively, like I would much rather me go through something than like my nieces or someone that I love, because I don't know, I feel like that's self-explanatory. I don't need to explain why, but yeah, I don't know, that's just something that I wanted to talk about. I just like, yeah, because again, I just like, and that's the other thing too. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. But yeah, I was like looking back at pictures from that summer, and that's when I like stumbled upon a picture of my niece, and because I was already like thinking about my niece and like feeling sad about her, everything just kind of like came to the forefront, and I cried. And also I'm home alone, so I was like, I don't have to worry about like embarrassing myself, even though I'm gonna videotape it instead and possibly put it on the internet. So kind of like defeating, self-defeating purpose. But yeah, just getting frustrated of being like, this whole thing happened and it like changed my life, and like I feel like I'm a different person now, and like yes, I'm a better person, I think, and it's allowed me to like enjoy life with like a more, like a greater richness, but also yeah, some things are like really hard to process. Like you have to really like just kind of grit your teeth and bear it, and it sucks. And I think part of the reason too why like more stuff is like coming to the surface now, because for a while, this was more like last year, like I remember especially spring of last year when I filmed my interview for Paper Birds, I was like completely like numb, like I didn't really feel anything. That's why like when I'm like in my interview, I'm like very robotic, and I kind of hate it. But and also because I don't feel like I look great, even though I don't look great here. But yeah, because I'm doing EMDR, and so I just feel like it's kind of like opened up this door and now I'm like dealing with all these emotions and like thinking all these things, and that's a good thing because it's like stuff that was just compartmentalized and pushed away. But yeah, now I have to like actually deal with it, which kind of sucks. So yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to like talk about that. And also, I think this is like a good example of like what healing is and like what it can look like, because even though things are like going well right now, like on the whole, I've been happier. I have a lot of fulfilling relationships, have a good job, looking for an apartment. What else? Working on projects that I'm passionate about. Yeah, you still have like shit that you just kind of have to deal with. Again, you just have to, yeah, grit your teeth and bear it. Cause for a while I just like had this perspective of healing being like, okay, you deal with something and then you're done and it's good and there's a bow on top of it. But like, that's not how it works, unfortunately. Like a lot of times it's like this ongoing bumpy process where you have these ups and downs. And I don't think I'm ever gonna get to a place where like, it's just, I don't know, like things, you go through things and they permanently change you. And so like, you're always kind of in this state of healing. But it doesn't mean it has to like take over your life and hurt forever. And I guess that's where I'm trying to get, and that's why I'm in therapy right now. So yeah, I just want to talk about that. I think I probably will post this. I don't know, maybe not right now, but again, it just felt like something important to share, because like I don't know, I'm tired of like not seeing this stuff talked about in the mainstream. And I saw a post the other day in the subreddit that I'm a part of where someone was like, why aren't like recovered memories talked about more often? Like, I know so many people who've like dealt with them, and I've dealt with them. And yeah, every time I see a post like that, I just have to, and I think I've said this before, I like literally have to like turn my phone off and just like step away. Because weirdly, that more than anything, like just makes, it just really brings everything up again, and it sucks. But yeah, I just want to talk about that, I guess. But hopefully in time that'll change. I really hope that it does. I'm kind of, I have this like gut feeling that I'll never be able to like fully see the world that I want to live in and that I think we can live in if we put in the legwork, come to fruition. But I don't know, I guess it's still like worth working towards that. But yeah, I'm gonna finish my burrito and finish my TikTok, which hopefully turns out cool. But yeah, sorry for being awkward.